I'm amazing, and you win the prize for the best background.
Wow!
Still in control, no overwhelming feelings of rage.
No! A normal amount of rage!
Well, the very first thing that I would like to say is the fact that when the MCU started, Black Widow was the only female superhero that we had. Nowadays, we have Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, Scarlet Witch, the Wasp, just to name a few. And now She-Hulk is the newest addition. So I would like to ask you, in your opinion, what is Jennifer Walters going to provide to this vast universe, not only as a superhero, but as a woman?
Well, I think that Jennifer Walters is going to provide legal services to any superhero who needs it. And one of the most compelling aspects of the series to me is this idea that we have a superhuman law firm that is very grounded in reality. And our reality happens to be the MCU. So you can have all of these people pass through whenever they might need help from her. In terms of what she brings, to the screen as a woman, there's a wish fulfillment in She-Hulk. For any woman who's ever been hit on at a bar by a guy that she doesn't feel like being polite to, or wanted to walk home through a dark alley and wish that she could Hulk out and, scare the guys who scare her. There's a wish fulfillment in She-Hulk that I think all women will recognize, and that might be enlightening for some men to see what it's like to walk through the world as a woman. And I also hope she's part of a movement to stop even having to say female superhero, that she's just a superhero, just like all the others.
Yeah, absolutely. And would also like to know how much of you as a person do we get to see in Jennifer Walters? And how many things did you learn from her that you consider important?
What was really interesting to me on a personal level was exploring the idea of the duality of self. We all have different sides of ourselves. We're different with our family than we are, at our job. We're different when we're in our sweatpants in front of the television than we are when we're all dolled up and wearing makeup and high heels. And Jennifer Walters slash She-Hulk represents an extreme embodiment of that duality that I think everybody can look at and see themselves in.
Absolutely. And finally, once you said that you were a big fan of She-Hulk since you were a child. So I would like to know, I know this was such a dream come true for you, this project, but what was the hardest part of directing this show?
The hardest part for me was before we cast Tatiana. And I thought, who in the hell are we going to get to play all the nuances that this character requires, and to, play two very different women who share the same consciousness. And once we cast Tatiana, it was smooth sailing. And I knew it was going to work because she's such a phenomenal actress and brings so much to the role.
Well, thank you so much for your time. It was really loving talking to you.
Lovely to speak to you too.